Hello everyone, welcome to episode 32 of KreamGetsStuff. My skin's disappeared again, I don't know why. This is going to be another two-part project, as the plan I have is pretty big. But as the title may suggest, we're going to work on the industrial area. I've gathered the stuff that I need, or at least the stuff to start it already off camera. So we can kind of just get straight into it. But first, we have to get over there. So, the astute amongst you may realize that this is not the way to the industrial area, and is in fact the way to the dual blaze farm, and that's because I want to cover the unobtainable quickly, because it's not that much of a thing, but it's still something we can get, and it's interesting. I want to do this, then go to the industrial area. So, we're in 1.5.1 now, which is the first full release of 1.5, which is the redstone update. And there's a little thing with enchanted books that I want to cover. Soak Touch and Looting can be combined into one book. It doesn't show it here, but if I swap them around, you'll be able to see. It actually happens, and apparently that can happen in the modern game. So I think that's pretty cool. And I actually have all 3 levels of looting with all the books that I've had here accumulate over time. This is my only looting 3 book, but I do have a couple more looting 2s here, and then I got the looting 1 from the mine shafts last episode, so that was quite convenient actually. So I'm going to get all 3 of these, and I'll put them in the museum, and then I'll go to the industrial area. So now, let me go over my plans. So the first thing I want to do is I want to move the portal. I've had this portal here since I came to this island, way back in episode 26, I think, and I put a mushroom block under it, assuming that was what I was going to use for the base of it. Now I've always had this idea to have like a portal and like have some sort of structure or pattern underneath it. But I'm not going to be using mushroom blocks. I've got a load of materials over here that will kind of give you an idea. Quartz, nether brick, especially green wool, and spruce wood. I think that's all of them. There might be a couple others. Oh, I think redstone lamps as well. I need to get some. But I have an idea for like a pattern on the floor. I could show you it. It's my testing world, but I won't. I think I'll just kind of do it and let you interpret it. Additionally, I want to have a villager breeder that's not just a box in the open. I want to have an automatic system where I can check what trades a villager has, what profession it has, one at a time, and ship them off to the top floor of the funhouse, which isn't actually used for anything yet. So I thought it'd be the perfect thing, it'd be the perfect place for me to go up to and make like a reception area maybe. Or some sort of thing where the villagers can come in. I wonder if I can get up here actually. Yeah, I wanted like a place where the villagers can sort of just come into the building, and probably through like here or something, just an opening where there'll be like a little reception, maybe a desk with a receptionist. I don't know. I'll make it a literal reception area, but I need to do that, and then I'll have a way for me to just like kind of slot them in. Like maybe I'll have a long line of rail where I can just kind of build it downwards. It's gonna take a lot of like working around the building that's already here. But I think it'd be pretty cool. I think maybe if like they get the top of the villager breeder building and like they come across on a bridge, that was my plan. And I think I made a concept for it in my creative world that looks really good, in my opinion. So like there'll be a bridge here, and there's gonna be I'm gonna do it on a diagonal as well, so the building's gonna be a bit slanted. Not like fully diagonal, but like just a bit, so it kind of curves a bit, because I want to experiment with that. And I think I got it pretty well. I also want to get a sugarcane farm. I've already took down the one here. That's all the sugarcane that I've got. And I want to make it automatic. I also want to future-proof it so that, like, when 111 rolls around in however many episodes and I have observers, I can put them into the farm and then it'll be fully automatic. And for now, I'm fine just using, like, a lever to flick it, and then all the sugarcane gets broken and pushed off. And I think that'd be pretty cool. And then it can all get collected in, like, a storage system. And then for the next episode, I don't think I'm going to get this done in this episode, but the next episode, I want to lay out a bunch of the pathways that are going to be here, like connected from the hub area. I want to have, over here past the sugarcane farm, I want a dock over this sort of side of the ocean. And I want to have my own cargo ship. And I'm not going to spoil anything about the design. I've already kind of fully planned it out. But I think you'll like it. So that's my plan for this whole place, and I think there's not much else I have to do in terms of explaining. But the first major change that's gonna happen is me doing a lot of terraforming, And yeah, I can kind of lay out things like with wool and stuff then, and you can see what I'm actually gonna. You can kind of get like a visual representation of like where the buildings are and how big they are and stuff like that. You may also realize that the gameplay is a lot smoother, and that's because there was a smooth lighting bug in the snapshots for 1.5, which I didn't know about until very recently. So hopefully, especially when I'm doing farms and stuff, you'll notice that it's a lot less choppy. Because as far as I know, it's better now. So I've got some of the terraforming done. Over here is where I'm going to put the villager breeder. It's going to connect to the trading hall. We have this part of the hub that I've laid out as well. This sort of like central area. And it's just going to be this pattern on all four sides. I haven't put it all down yet, but I really like it. I think it looks really nice. And I've got the portal here. I moved it from over there. So once this is done, I'm gonna start work on the villager breeder, and I'm also gonna have everything else laid out as well, I think. And it's just kind of like a lot of busy work, so I'm just gonna kind of do it and then come back to you. Okay, so this is the layout for the villager breeder building, and the farm that I'm gonna use is designed by Tango Tech, the breeder. It's gonna fit in this sort of footprint, so the rest of this building's kind of useless, but I'll find something to put in it. And I also gathered all the stuff for the sugarcane farms. I probably need more, but I think this should be good for now. It's gonna go here, and I don't actually know how big I'm gonna need it, so I didn't build like a footprint for the base yet. So I'm gonna have to just kind of build the building around it. But building the sugarcane farm itself isn't that hard. It's very simple, and you'll probably be able to know how it works just by seeing it. So I think first thing I'm gonna do is build up the villager breeder so that I can start breeding. And then I'll do the sugarcane farm, and then we'll do all the decorations around it. So here's the breeder, and it works in a pretty smart way. So down here is 6 doors. They have contact with the sky, so if I'm gonna make sure this works, I need to have glass in the ceiling as well. There are 6 villagers down here. I just pulled them out of that area over there where my old breeder was. And they give birth to babies. That sounds really weird. They grow up and they get pushed outwards. Eventually they get pushed over to here. There's probably going to be like 40 or 50 in there by that time. And they get carried up and into these water streams. They get pushed along to here. And if this fence gate is closed, they're going to drown here, which is a way to turn off the farm. But if this is open, they're going to be able to swim up. And I'm going to have a place on the ceiling where I can check their trades and then send them off over the bridge into the trading hall. That's my plan anyway, and I've got it all kind of laid out on a test world, obviously, but it should be pretty cool when it's all built up. You can see they're already breeding, it was really fast. I only put these doors in like probably 30 seconds ago. So yeah, that's done. Now I'm gonna start work on the sugarcane farm. I don't know how high it's gonna be or how I'm gonna lay it out, so that's why I left it completely, you know, up to my own judgment. And it just gives some time for the villagers to breed as well while I'm doing this, so. So, here you can see I've kind of laid out, like, what I'm planning for the farm. Now, I could always make this, like, bigger or taller or wider, but the basic premise is, I'm sure if you played any version of, like, semi-modern Minecraft, you've seen this kind of farm before. The sugarcane grows in here, and there would normally be observers up here, but I don't get those until 111, so it's gonna be a long, long time. So for now, my plan is to just connect, like, towers of redstone up and just activate it all with a lever. And that's going to push all of these pistons into the sugarcane, which breaks them. They're going to get pushed into the water stream, and they're going to come along here and drop down here into probably a collection system, which will all meet over here, where I'm going to have kind of like an alcove on the building that just kind of comes out of this part. You can see like kind of the layout I've got, so we're going to have, what, 3, 6, 12 of these modules on each floor. And I was thinking 5 floors, so it should be okay. Maybe 5, maybe 6, I'm not sure. It depends really on how much material I have and then how much I can be bothered to gather. But I'm just gonna kind of build it all up and see, like, you know, how it looks, how it functions, and it should be okay. So I've done the first floor, and I've actually had like a change of heart, I guess is the best way to say it with this design. So at first, I was gonna do the 111 observer design just without the observers. And what this does is it breaks the bottom row, and also the top row gets broken because of that. But what that leads to, especially in this version, is a lot of sugarcane left on here. So I had some thinking about like a potential redesign. And it's going to take me a while because I'm going to have to completely tear this down and start again. But I want to have a second row of pistons up here so that when I flick the lever, it's going to push them both off and they're going to get pushed into the water stream. Additionally, I want it on a daylight sensor, I think, because I think if you give it a full day to grow, sugarcane probably grows quite well. It just means that I don't have to kind of guess when to flick it and it'll be automatic. So that's my plan. The only issue with that is I can't just go in here and change up the design because I need at least 3 blocks of space because these are going to have to be replaced with repeaters. Otherwise it won't be able to power both of them. So that's an issue, but it's not one that's impossible to solve. I just have to tear this down. It'll just take me a bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fully build it up to the 5 floors, whatever, maybe 6, I'm not sure. It depends on how much resource I have and, you know, what else. But, I mean, this does work. Like, if I flick this, you know, they all get slowly pushed off. And it works pretty well, you know, sometimes there's only a few sugarcanes lost, but there could be potential losses that I could avoid if I doubled up the pistons. Despite how much material that would take. But, I mean, I've got the redstone to burn, I've definitely got the iron to burn, so... yeah, and eventually, if I ever want to tear it down and build a better one, you know, I can. But this should be more than enough for my needs, so I'm gonna get to doing that, I think. Okay, so I have a problem. You remember how I had like four or 5 stacks of redstone blocks? This is all I have left. um, there's the thing with this design is there's 32 pistons in each of these modules to push off all the sugarcane, and behind that there's a row of 8 pistons on each side, and then there's a row of redstone. So all in all, that's what, 32, 64 redstone, I think. No, because repeaters are 3 redstone each, so it's 32 there, 48. I think it's a stack and a half, if my maths is right, per module. I have 25 of these. I want 60 of them. So, I have no idea what to do now, because I expected to have a lot more redstone than this. I guess it means I know what project I'm doing after this, but, I suppose there's only a few places I can think to get redstone. There is a ravine under here, which I might be able to scavenge a bit from. And additionally, there's the tree farm that doesn't work since the redstone update, so I could take that down because that has a lot of pistons and a lot of redstone. A lot of glowstone as well, which is also an issue because this also uses, what, 16 glowstone per layer? So my plan is to go tear down the tree farm, see how far that gets me, and maybe mine for some redstone down there, and then maybe I'll just have to leave this incomplete for now, and I can always come back and redo it, like finish it up later. Because, you know, I didn't expect this to take so much. I mean, it's only sugarcane as well. I don't even know if this is worth it, but I mean, you know, whatever. It's already kind of half done now, so yeah, that's my plan. Okay, so after a lot of either mining or tearing down my tree farm and stuff like that, I ended up with more than enough redstone to finish the 3rd layer of the farm. I don't think I have enough to add a 4th or 5th layer, and I don't think I really need it, actually. I did a test harvest, and it got me, like, you know, many stacks of sugar. I think it was like 9 or 10. And this harvests itself every day, so I'm gonna have to be fast because I want to see this happen. It's almost daytime now, so if I grab some blocks, I'll pillar up. Yeah, I added the 2nd row, and I added all the repeats and stuff. I also added this wacky collection system at the bottom that does work pretty well, but it was a lot of figuring out how water works, and I'm not happy with this middle layer in case it somehow falls on the sides, but I mean, it should work fine. It all goes to this one section on the side where I'm planning the storage to be. So if I climb up to the top, we should begin to see, yeah, this is the timer system that I have. So to make this work, you know, as like a pulse where it'll turn on and then turn off again so it can grow, I decided I'm going to use a T-flip-flop with a daylight sensor and a pulse extender. This powers them for maybe about 3 seconds. I mean, you'll see, but it's long enough for all the sugarcane to get broken off and hopefully not get trapped behind the pistons. I mean, some does pop off because of how items fall in these older versions especially, and how, you know, it's kind of weird. There you go. So they all get pushed off, and you can kind of tell, like, it's not for 3 seconds, probably about 1.5, but it's more than like a pulse where they might glitch out and either fly around or fall down here. So what my hope is with this is that it'll pop them all off into the water streams, you know, best case scenario. And they'll all go down there. And then they follow the water streams around and they go into a hopper. When it becomes nighttime, that gets turned off again, and the whole system repeats itself. So hopefully this is fully automatic now. I mean, if anyone has suggestions for how to make it better, how to make it, you know, more optimal or whatever, you know, I don't know. I'll have a look, you know, you guys can probably come up with something pretty cool, but I mean, who knows? I do know that this grows at all, you know, it's already grown up there, you can see. And I'm hoping that in a day's worth of AFK, it should get me some decent raids. So I might do a large-scale test at some point. But I think I'm pretty happy with this for now. Additionally, the villager breeder, all the villagers are bred inside of it. And you can see they're still breeding. So you can kind of see how it works here. There's a bunch of baby villagers in the middle. Each time one of them grows up, one of these outer villagers gets pushed off into one of the water streams. We might actually be able to see it happen if I wait here long enough. Oh, yep, there we go. So he grew up, he got pushed into the water stream, and he goes up there. Now, when I finish this up, if I flick this lever, they're going to swim up, and they're going to go right up to the top of the building. But for now, they kind of get stuck here. But if I turn that off, they'll drown eventually. So the plan now is to build the buildings around these things, which is the last part of this episode. And then the next episode, obviously, we do the dock. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the look of this place so far, even with just the farms. I love the look of, like, big industrial farms. I mean, this isn't really that big, let's be honest, but, you know, for the amount of resources it consumed, I think it's pretty big. Like, I had, like, 4 stacks of redstone blocks, maybe 5 or 6, and I'm down to 1, you know? So, we might be building that witch farm a lot quicker, you know, a lot faster, a lot more... Yeah, a lot faster than what I originally planned, but it's fine. It's a good farm. It's gonna get us a lot of stuff. I mean, glowstone especially. Actually, farmable glowstone might be a really good thing, because I use a lot of glowstone in this world. Whether it's for lamps or for farms like this or for brewing, you know, there's a lot of uses for glowstone. Sticks as well, you know, crafting these repeaters. I think a stack of logs is about 4 stacks of sticks. Maybe it's 8, I'm not sure. All I know is, you know, a stack of planks makes 2 stacks. Yeah. Does it? Yeah, a stack of planks makes 2 stacks of sticks. So it should be 8 stacks per stack of logs. And that's a lot of logs, considering each stack of repeaters takes 2 stacks of sticks. I know that's a lot of stacks and sticks and repeaters and redstone logs, but, you know. I hope you get the point that I'm making. It's that it's a lot. And having, you know, a reliable supply of sticks would be pretty cool. Glass bottles for brewing as well, if I want to do some, like, real big brewing stuff. You know, I'm not going to use all of them, obviously, but... And what else did he drop? Sugar, swiftness potions... I can't think of anything else they drop. Oh, gunpowder, yeah, gunpowder as well. There's so many uses for gunpowder. I mean, TNT, rockets, and later versions for elytra. So, it's bottom line, it's a really good farm, and it's something that I'm gonna invest in making a, you know, like a perimeter for, probably. Not like a big one, just, you know, so I can walk around a bit, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll either do one where it's like you stand at the top, and everything gets unloaded, or like I'll do like one of them cool circular, like spherical perimeters. So I think now I'm gonna do the villager breeder building first, then I'll do the sugarcane one. And then we can end the episode. It's not going to be for a while yet, though. Okay, so there's the front of it done. So you can kind of see like what I'm going for here with this thing. Now it's not finished, obviously. I've done the first front section, but I'm obviously going to do all the side sections. There's going to be like a chimney stack up top here. Eventually, I want to put a couple of trucks outside of here as well. Now, I actually don't know how my sugarcane farm is going to affect the plan for that. Because there's a lot of free space here still, but I was going to have quite a big alcove here, so I'm going to make sure there's like a nice path through them. But apart from that, it's going good. The only slight problem I can think of is... Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say it's something to do with a villager breeder, like breaking, but as long as I don't put any doors in, it should be fine. Which, admittedly, it does make the place look a bit worse with, like, you know, no doors there, no doors on the walls and stuff, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because this villager breed is insane. It puts out like a villager every few minutes, at least. Like, probably more. I think it was something like 40 to 50 an hour when it's like fully running and stuff, so... Or it might have been just me making up numbers, but... it's good. And the sugarcane farm is working fine. I've watched it harvest like a couple times while I was building this. So I've just been leaving it all kind of in the chest, and... Yeah, there's quite a bit still. There's only one, that's only one day's harvest. Obviously, it depends on how much actually grows. Like, sometimes it doesn't grow much. You can see that one's not really growing much. But, I mean, if I get lucky and it grows really tall, you know, I can get, like, up to 10 stacks. I think the first harvest got 10 stacks. So, you know, sugarcane is not going to be an issue, which means emeralds are no longer an issue either. You know, before I was using, like, infinite books to get unobtainables, or I was manually farming sugarcane for, you know, trading with these guys for paper and stuff. But honestly, as long as I can get a villager with the paper trade at the end, I might even have one, I don't know. As long as this trade is the final trade, it can be infinitely exploited like that. Because villagers are pretty broken in this version like that, so... That's something I'm gonna hunt for. I'm gonna try and max out all these guys until I get one, or I'm gonna specifically hunt for just that trait in a villager. I'm gonna keep maxing librarians until I get it. Because otherwise I'll have to pay for all these different things at the end of the trades, and usually they're quite expensive, like Pin of Arthropods 4, Fortune 3. Well, that's not a bad book, but you know what, you get what I mean. Ideally I want it to be a low one as well. I think 24 is the lowest they can go. 26 maybe? 26, 25, 25? 24, there we go, yeah. I think 24 is the lowest. This is the guy that I've used the most because just putting written books in here was really easy. And also Infinity's the lowest trade, so we can't... I think Emerald's like 5 is the lowest trade for a tier 1 book. I'm getting sidetracked. Let me finish probably this side and then the bridge, and I'll kind of do the system up top and I'll show you how it works. And then I'll finish the building. Just a bit of a convoluted order, but you know, we'll do that. Okay. So, a lot of progress has been done. It's taken me about an hour, really, I think. Maybe a bit more. So, the front face is completely finished. I've got the villager face up there, which I really like. I don't know if I've already shown this or not. I didn't rewatch the clip. I feel like there should be a pillar there, but at the same time I don't. So, I'll double check that. I have this front face built up in a creative world, and I had this side wall, but that's all I've got. And I really like this side wall a lot. Like, I think it looks really good for, like, what I've been doing. I mean, I've never really built diagonally before. So to have something that looks okay, you know, I think it's pretty good. I don't really like the circular windows. I probably should have gone with more of these, but I didn't want to keep that sort of, like, repetition. And I also really like the little, like, quarter block holes in there. I think it looks really solid. There's the bridge that's going to carry them across. So, this... it's okay, I like it. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it looks supported. That's a certainty. And I like it a lot. So now I'm gonna do the villager system to get them all up, and then I can. Oh well, I should probably do the reception area as well, where they go into over there. Then I'll do the sugarcane building, and I'll at least start it. Oh no, maybe I'll finish the villager building first. I don't want to leave it half done. It's just gonna be a lot of work, so I'll try and condense it as much as I can because I don't want to keep showing the same thing over and over again. Like, this back wall is probably gonna be the same as that. Just repeat over here. I mean, this one's gonna be different because it's gonna have the thing on top, but I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. So I'll get that done. I'll show you the villager system and kind of just finish the building off, and then we can go into the sugarcane building. Okay, so I'm missing a dispenser here, but this is the first live test of my system. So the gate's open, there's a villager in here, right? So if I press this button, minecart goes across, picks him up, comes back around, and stops here. I can check his trades then, I can do whatever I want, you know, if I want to trade with them, I can. If he's good, you know, because he's a librarian, I can press this button, and it's going to send him off across the bridge into the trading hall. If not, I can always kill him, like, you know, and then recycle his minecart. I think this system's really smart. The only smarter thing I could put in is like an automatic minecart system where it like flips the track and destroys it. If I press another button, maybe. Which I might invest in, I don't know. There's a lot of buttons on this thing already. There's a lot of bells and whistles. This just cuts off the water so they don't flow across as fast, you know, so. Because when they come up, they get pushed across, but if there's too many here, it can block the minecart. So ideally, I also want to put a switch that turns it off from up here. But this system, I really like the design of it. I came up with it myself, so there's probably a way better way of doing this. But I think it's pretty smart with all the timings and stuff. Because the rail flips there, it comes back and flips across again. That stays power long enough to push this down. I just think it's really cool. If you follow the bridge along as well, you can see over here that in here is just a massive, massive open space to use for, I don't know, storing villagers or, like, just bringing them in. I need a way to go down, but a good thing about the trading hall... Let me... give me a second to get out of here. A good thing about the trading hall is, if I go right down there, the way I built it, I actually, this was not intentional by the way, I only had this idea, like, long time after I did this, but, this area here, there's just a too wide walkway where there's nothing going on, so, ideally, I could make a rail that goes down into here, and then I could probably just lay out the tracks manually from here, because I didn't build this place with efficiently dragging villagers in mind. If I did, I would have done something with pistons, but yeah, I didn't. So I just to kind of nudge them in manually, but it's better than nothing, especially have them just come over. And if I can check the trades already, it's just pushing them in. So yeah, also I took the doors down for the village reader, but yeah. So that's my plan. I'm gonna try and get some more of the building done now, and I'll just see how it goes. And it's done. Mostly, anyway. So, I need to finish the roof, and I need to do the interior. But all the walls, as far as I know, should be done. I love the trim around here, but I wish I could do this sort of, like, really smooth curve with the top ones, but I can't, because I use stairs for that. And I don't think I've continued it all the way around. I might do that, I'm not sure. I might change it, I'm not really sure. So it's not 100% complete. There's a chimney stack up here, but it feels kind of stubby and short. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna add smoke to the top eventually as well. So maybe I should make it more just blocky, I'm not sure. But I do really like this building. I don't know if I like it more than the funhouse, but that might just be because the funhouse is more of a grand scale, you know? Like, it looks really, really mega. But I do like the bridge that connects them, I think it looks really cool. So, there's gonna be a path kind of coming along down here. I need some sort of way to divide this up. So I wanted to do something with these. I was thinking like of little gardens maybe, or like leaves or something. But, yeah, so I'm gonna do an interior for this, and I'm gonna do the reception area, and I'll give you a full tour of it. And then we can get onto the sugarcane building. So I just need to come up with a design for this, and kind of figure out where all these random walls are going to be. I didn't really think about the interior while I was building this, so it's pretty messy. We'll see what I can do, I suppose. So, I've done way more than I said I would, and way more than I thought I would, because I had a genius idea. So obviously I finished the building completely, there's nothing else here. So I've done the interior decoration, you know, I've done some basic stuff. It's very barren, I don't know what to put in here, so if anyone has any opinions, let me know. I just put some random bushes and bookshelves around to make it look a bit more lively. Obviously we have the glass for the doors, and the tube that comes up. I do like this part actually, with these arches, they look kind of cool. But the main thing that I spent my time on, it's been a couple hours at least since the last clip, so this is the villager pickup system. I think it's fully finished. So, minecart goes in, picks him up, goes out, and gets on this rail. I can check if they have good trades. That's not a good trade, but let's pretend it is. We push this button, and he gets sent off. I'm gonna follow him, because I want to show you this. So they come here, they get stopped at reception, Although he can really see because he's that fast. And then they get stopped here. They unpower this, and that should flip the rail. Why is that not flipped? Let's try that again. Have I done something wrong with like the order in which I power these? Oh no. Oh god, I think I might have built this the wrong way. Okay, so I think I fixed the system. I forgot about the rail dependencies on like directions and stuff. So like I built the thing in my test world going in the south, and the one over here goes east. Anyway, I just had to invert the torches. So now it should work. So I've got another villager once again. Minecart picks him up, goes back, goes down onto the rail. Check his trades. That's good, you know. So then I can obviously trade with him. I'll probably have some stuff up here. Unlock his trades, and then he goes along. We need to follow him. As you can see there, gets... Oh no, he doesn't. I need to put more delay on that. So, there's a thing under here that'll hopefully stop him here, and he can kind of be at the reception for a second. I thought that was kind of funny. And then, yeah, so he goes into his spot here, and the rail flips so that it goes around here. The reason I did this is because now, instead of doing one villager at a time and then having to come over here and, you know, put it into place, I can store 7 villagers up here before I have to put them into their places in the trading hall itself. So, only things I need to change is add delay to that, and then I have to make a system to carry them inside of the building, which I'll probably just do, like, off camera. It'll literally probably just be, like, a rail and a drop. So, that should pretty much fix it. If I just have, like, a rail dropping onto another rail, then I can just push them along manually like I normally do. But yeah, so this is the system I came up with, and obviously if I want to move them, I can flick this, push them, and they'll go. I fell. So yeah, that's that. I've spent way too long doing this today. I'm tired, very tired, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep now, so I'll finish the rest of this in the morning. Unless there's another village over here, in which case I'll show you, you know, the system in action again. Going into the second slot. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, you can do. Come on. Only issue is sometimes it gets stuck, which I can't really help. Yep, right, cool. You don't have good trades, but you're going anywhere. Actually, no, he does. He has a gloss on trade. So, obviously, once again, he needs to get stuck at the reception, so I need to put more delay under there. But then he goes into the second slot, rail flips, and then the next one will go into the third slot, that'll flip the rail. It's a very simple system, but I'm proud of it because I made it myself. So, yeah, next thing to do tomorrow is that sugarcane farm. I have been getting so carried away with trading right now. It has been 5+ hours since the last clip, and I've been rolling trades for so long. And I finally got another unbreaking villager. Okay, let me just kind of go through progress real quick. I know the thing was to do the plan was to do the sugarcane. Also, I fixed the waiting system. No, I didn't. I don't know why this doesn't work. Is there just too much momentum? I think there's just too much momentum. So over here we have Knockback 2. That's just me to check if it's cheaper. But Unbreaking 3. I'm gonna make sure I don't kill this guy this time. So if I flip these and push him through, you can kind of see what system I've got going on. So they go down there. I had to move some glass out of the way, which I'll figure a solution to. But then they come over here. I've just been railing them in manually, just, you know. Oh, also, let's go through. We have, I think from about here, maybe? Yeah, about here. We got Looting 3, which is a great one. Protection 3 with a better price. I think that's near optimal price. It might actually be optimal. Protection 3 for 22. I'm not sure. No, I think there's a way cheaper one, but I'll have to check. Unbreaking 1, pretty terrible. In fact, I'll probably replace that with the Unbreaking 3 one. I'm not sure though. Infinity 1, just put it in because why not? Some of these I'm gonna get rid of after. This one's a good one. Perfect Smite 5 trade. If you don't know, the way that book trades work with villagers is it's just a random level enchant. So like, but the max emeralds that you can get and the minimum emeralds are fixed. So I can get any level 5 trade for a minimum of 17 emeralds. I can get any tier 1 trade for a minimum of 5 emeralds, which I have over here in the form of the infinity trade. So, yeah, that was pretty cool to get. Another silk touch, a terrible projectile protection 4 trade, but you never know if I'll ever need it. And then efficiency 5. This was a really good one. I thought this would be the best that I get, but now I have Unbreaking 3. So I'm gonna assume that Unbreaking 3 goes very quickly though. Because, yeah, it's not too fast. Here's the stock of looting and then all these efficiency 5 books. It wasn't cheap. I've gone through 4 or 5 double chests of paper so far. I did the maths, and with me resetting the trades over here with the trading book using this guy, with 24 paper, and then I reset it with this, I've been getting roughly 240 emeralds, or like 3.5 stacks per double chest of paper. So, I think it's about like 50 from the paper, and then about 20 to 30 from the written books. So it works out pretty well. Um, anyway, I need to grab more emeralds, and I need to get as many unbreaking books as I can. I'm gonna check this knockback guy first and make sure his trades are cheaper. I think I have a knockback one anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna check for... I'm gonna get more emeralds, and I'm gonna buy some unbreaking. Oh, I don't have a knockback villager. Oh, I'm probably thinking of the punch one that I have. Do I even have punch? Yeah, I do, okay. I'm just forgetful at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna get these guys in, and I think I'm finally done trading. I mean, there's not much else I can get right now that would be better than Unbreaking 3. You know, there's no mending, there's no, like, depth strider. I can make perfect armor, pretty much. In fact, I think probably getting, like, Aqua Affinity and Respiration and stuff, all the specialized armor trades. Feather Falling will be a good one. And, you know, my goal originally was to try and get, like, perfect trades for everyone. I should put... It's not back to... Yeah, my original goal was to get perfect trades for, you know, all the important ones, but that's never gonna happen. In 5 hours of trading, I've got one perfect trade, and it was Smite 5. And that's lucky. So... Yeah. I'm always gonna keep doing these to try and get the, overstacked emerald trade. But that's ridiculously rare to get. Like, I think the odds that I was told were, like, something like... Oh, it just took days of trading to try and get one. So, yeah, I'm not gonna actively seek it out anymore. I'm just gonna hope that I get extremely lucky with it. But, yeah, I mean... All I really need to do now is the sugarcane building, and we should be fine. I was thinking like some sort of like warehouse building, because, you know, these last two have been more like industrial factory buildings. So I thought maybe we could do like a warehouse or like a storehouse of some kind. Like with massive like garage doors and stuff. Garage, whatever. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna get to work on that soon. I need to gather the materials though, because it's not gonna be made out of bricks or stone bricks. Actually, maybe stone bricks, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. I am freaking out right now. I poured like 400 emerald into clocks trying to unlock this guy's last trade. And it's a perfect Unbreaking 3 book. Oh my god, I can't believe that. That's amazing, that's insane. I need to put this guy, like... where do I put this guy? Like... I was happy when I got this one, which is 4 off the max, and then now... Oh my god, I can't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna get him in, and then I'm gonna actually get this building done for the sugarcane farm. I was just, oh my god, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh. Okay, so I've gathered the materials that I think I'm gonna use. Not that these quartz blocks aren't gonna be quartz blocks, they're gonna be turned into pillar quartz blocks. Because I want to build a warehouse, and the thing with a warehouse is, like, usually that's chiseled. Oh, how do I make pillar quartz blocks? Oh, I'm an idiot. I just made 6 stacks of quartz slabs. That's a waste. Okay, well, either way, I'm gonna make them into pillar quartz blocks, because if you look at pillar quartz blocks, I kind of see, like, the sheet metal kind of looks of warehouses. So, you know, like, how you have warehouses, and it's like, they have the sheet metal, and they have, like, the layer around the bottom. I'm gonna go for something like that. Like a big, like, you know, garage doors on the floor, garage doors on the front, you know, windows on the sides in kind of weird places. And I'm just gonna go for that. I can't believe I just made so many quartz slabs. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go for that sort of look. So I'm gonna have to convert all these into pillar quartz blocks. Um, and I'm gonna kind of just get into it. I'll do a time lapse, I think. Okay, so it's done. Um, Now, in the timeless you might have saw, I had to mess around with the redstone quite a bit. And that's because I didn't really plan this out as much as I should have. So I built the redstone quite high, and it was easy enough to fix. It all works now. It just took me a bit of testing. And also, that side, I filled in the hole that I left, because I just ran out of quartz right at the very end. But also, it won't... There's a lighting glitch. I don't know if it'll go away if I just place a block. Oh? Okay, I think it's fine now. Also the backside I did improvise completely. I built up like a couple of the walls a bit in the testing world, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. I just don't want to put windows where they would be completely blocked by the back of the sugarcane farms, so. But, yeah, I really do like this place a lot. It's starting to feel like an industrial area. And I think that'll be helped when I get some pathways in, and I was gonna put some trucks over here at this side of the building. I was gonna put 2 trucks here and here. Um, Now, ideally I'd do roads, but also I don't think I want to do roads. I don't know. Like, I thought, like, you know, like modern day sort of like either like stone or obsidian or something black. You know, like roads you see in an industrial area. Probably like stone roads. You know, where it's like just a bunch of this, and then you have cars driving along them. But I think that would just look too... it wouldn't look right. So maybe I do like stone bricks. I get like some sort of brick area, and then I have like some walls on each side. But I mean, I'll figure it out. I have time. I wanted to go with some randomly laid out paths at first, but that wouldn't work now that I think about it. Especially based around this. I'm gonna have some way to split off like segments of this thing. So we can have a path going off this way, one going off that way, this way, that way, you know, whatever. But my only goal is just to have all this sort of like interconnect with each other. And I do really like this place now. It might be one of my favorite areas, and it's gonna be even better when I get the dock in over there. So yeah, I mean, this building especially I really like. I don't mind this one. I like the look of it in terms of how accurate it kind of looks with like the quartz pillars looking like sheet metal of sorts, and then you get the big iron doors for garage doors, and then it works really well inside as well. I've done some more sugarcane trading. Oh, my sound is quite low. Yeah, I've done some trading for sugarcane to paper, so I've got quite a few emeralds from that. Over in here. Yeah, I've got quite a few stockpiled. We're really filling up the trading hall now. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of space on the first floor for librarians. I might have to go to the second floor, which would be insane. I mean, I've got most of the trades I need now. I think I made a spreadsheet. I'm only missing 3 trades completely, and I have some that are like lower tiers than I could get. Like I have Respiration 2, but not Respiration 3. I have Protection 3, but not Protection 4. Stuff like that. Um, but yeah, plans for next episode. Hopefully it'll be a lot shorter. I didn't realize this until I was editing, but this episode has been very long, and I apologize for ranting so much. I didn't mean to make it as long as it is, so the next episode will not be as long if I can help it. But all we're doing next episode is we're gonna build the docks over here. I was thinking like just stone bricks to make the docks with, these like the mossy and cracked stone bricks. Have some sort of fencing around the areas, and then I wanted to have a cargo ship as well, like big cargo ship, and I had some pretty fun plans for that. So yeah, that's gonna go here because there's a massive ocean area right now, and I need to figure out some way to make this like it's more of the island. So I think I'm just gonna connect this straight to a dock. Maybe I'll use some other flooring blocks. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. I'll have a look at some inspiration. But yeah, I mean, with all that being said and done, thank you for watching episode 32 of KreamGetsStuff. Um, it's been a fun one to make. I've really enjoyed the build process behind these two. All the redstone that I've done quite a lot today. I feel, and through the last probably 2 weeks this has been in total. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else I could really hope to do. So, yeah, goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna go AFK now.